Hello, it's Barbara from Healthy Happy You, and I am really excited. I've got some news I want to share with you all. Many of you ask me about emotional eating and dealing with emotional eating, and as much as we've got the Power of 8 group support wellness program, it touches on, we talk about emotional eating in many of the sessions. But really, you're all asking for a lot more. So I thought, okay, why not? So I've now created a Transform Your Relationship with Food Emotional Eating coaching program. It is also 8 weeks. And I'm so super duper excited about it because it's just a common challenge with, that many people face. I myself have spent years, probably since childhood, I've always had an emotional eating problem. And hey, I still eat for emotion sometimes, whether it's boredom or stress. I still do that, but I am aware of it. And I have developed lots of coping techniques, something that I can do myself, something that works for me. So I need to pass the love on to all of you. So I thought it would be good to introduce the program and give you little chunks of what that coaching program is all about. So once a week, I'm going to post a little video here on YouTube. So please like, comment, share, because I tell you what, it is addressing emotional eating is not just good for weight loss, but just for overall well-being. If you think the amount of benefits that has got, we're talking stress management, we're talking self-love and self-compassion. There are many things that we can tackle if we're able to cope with emotional eating. So I'd like to introduce the course and really just give you a few things that I'm going to cover in there. But I'm on a bit of a mission. I would like to help a million people with emotional eating worldwide, because YouTube can do that now, right? So please, I need your help. If you like and subscribe and share and comment, all the things that you do with YouTube, all very new to this. I'm also going to promote this through my social media, but YouTube seems to be huge, and when you actually search for coping with emotional eating, it's not huge amounts of up-to-date stuff. So I've done a little bit of, I've looked into YouTube about emotional eating, and some of the stuff is a couple of years old, and there is so much new stuff that we can look at, and I think if I just give you a little flavour, first and foremost, I'd like to help with understanding emotional eating. So, define emotional eating. What is it? What are the triggers? Look at eating psychology behind emotional eating. What is this all about? And then literally just go through the common emotions such as stress, boredom, sadness, anxiety. And I think just being able to identify your emotional eating through learning these common emotions, it's a big step. It is a really big step. It's a good start, okay? Once we've got that, then the next part of the course is actually understand the impact on health that it has got. Because for me to highlight the physical and emotional consequences of emotional eating will shock you to the core. It's not just the weight gain. That's the problem, okay? I've got some statistics and some research findings on how emotional eating affects your overall health, whether it's your sleep or your stress, your gut health, lots of other things. So the impact on health is pretty big. It's not just weight gain. And, it goes without saying, if you're able to tackle your emotional eating, weight loss does follow. But it's not something that happens overnight, because the next part we're moving into is recognizing your triggers. guiding you in identifying your personal emotional eating triggers is the most important part, and we get to that probably about in the first third of the course. There is probably a lot that we will do in terms of self-reflection, journaling, because we really want to track eating patterns. If you're not aware when you're eating for emotions, you need to start somewhere. And data is power. So tracking your eating patterns is absolutely key. And we work on that with you. We get a little food diary of your choice. And we start to track how we feel. Come to think of it, I might even come up with an app eventually. That would be cool, wouldn't it? I'm sure there are plenty of apps, but part of the course would be great to have my own. Anyway, once we go through that, then really the one thing we need to talk about is for emotional eating is mindful eating and the concept of mindful eating. Practical techniques to become a more mindful during meals. Fingers on buzzers. How many of you would eat lunch at your desk? How many of you would eat scrolling through your phone, watching TV? Mindless. Do you sometimes even pause and think how the food smells? What does it taste like? What does it feel like? What's the texture? So the importance of savouring food is amazing. And then the other bit where we look at mindful eating, we also look at hunger cues. So something like the hunger scales, it's a really, really good tool. So there's plenty of tools and hacks coming in at about halfway through the course. And it's all about, once we recognise what your personal emotional eating triggers are, we can then come up with coping strategies because they're individual for everybody. And it's really healthy ways to cope with emotions rather than eating, and there could be so many. If you're tired, do you eat when you're tired? You had a bad night's sleep because the kids were up. Oh, I need to eat. You're eating for comfort. You're not eating for hunger. What you really need to go do is go and have a snooze. Now you're going to tell me, well, yeah, Barbara, but that's not practical. I have to work. How can I take a nap halfway through my working day? Stick with me. I'll let you know. Find a cleaning cupboard and have a power nap. No, honestly, there are hacks. There are healthy, good, solid ways that you can cope with emotions. Okay. And we'll go through some real life success stories anyway. So you can get plenty of inspiration from others. And I think just by doing that, the last few sessions of the course are all about building your emotional resilience. So those of you that know me, you know my Power of 8 is all about accountability, is all about building healthy habits. And this isn't really that different, because exploring techniques that work for you, for your emotional resilience, which includes stress management, it includes self-love and self-compassion, all those things, it will be a great resource for your help and to support you going forward. So when the course finishes, you're able to carry on all by yourself. So towards the end of it, we'll create a real personalized plan for you. And some realistic goals, strategies for healthier eating habits. There is loads. And to be honest with you, that market is just saturated. The internet is a minefield. So to have something like this, very straightforward, personalised plan just for you, that works for you, and you'll have plenty of time to try and test it, because after the course there is obviously ongoing support. There's always Q&A sessions, and then we can do join group support where all of you people on my course, we can actually have a little bit of a discussion, sharing best practice and continuing to look at these challenges. So I'd recommend, if you're looking to do the emotional eating course, is that you then jump onto the Power of 8, because that is an amazing accountability wellness program that'll keep you going. Anyway, lots and lots of things, lots of resources, but like I said, I will put out some videos on here. So help me spread the love, share, like, comment, subscribe, because let's help people with emotional eating. And those of you that really struggle with it, you will know what I'm talking about. It's so liberating when you can stand back and say, well, I was in an emotional distress, but I didn't go to that chocolate cake or cheese and biscuits. I did this instead because that's what works for me. You're free. You're free of emotional eating. And when it does happen, you absolutely understand why it happened. And that's fine. Don't beat yourself up about it. You know, and that is also something that is part of the course, is that self-awareness, that self-love and acceptance. It's okay to eat a big piece of chocolate cake. But the fact that you're going to beat yourself up about it is going to just make it worse, and it'll make you feeling guilty. And you're always going to be in that wheel, never-ending wheel of emotional eating. So if you want to snap out of it, drop me a line, go over to my website, sign up. Really looking forward to your insight and comments, and I will see you soon. Take care for now. Bye.